I'm available.
Good morning. I'd like to call this village board meeting to order. It is Saturday, September 15th, 2018. It is 9:08 a.m. Has the meeting been published?
The meeting has been posted and noticed according to law.
Okay, thank you. Our first item for discussion is the to provide direction on individual projects, funding levels, and implementation schedule for the long-range financial plan development based on initial project plan template and presentation analysis, and based on supplemental project plan template with objective to achieve a 0% increase in debt service tax levy requirements over the life of the plan. So thanks for everyone coming on Saturday. The format to me today should be really informal. If everyone's okay with that, just feel free to ask questions, and if there's competing interests to ask at the same time, I'll let you know. But other than that, in addition, I think that starting out, and let me know if you have a different method, but maybe we start by identifying needs. So if you see anything that's not captured within the long-range plan, or you have questions about why it's not included, we could identify needs, and then once we have all the needs that we think over the next time frame, then we could move forward. Unless you want to do general questions first.
Could I have 2-3 minutes to start?
You can. Go ahead, Mark.
Okay. I've tried to put together some additional aids for the discussion. The green page reflects conceptually what a 0% debt service tax levy increase project level would encompass. There's no necessary judgments in this. It's just, again, what would be maintenance of our current debt service tax amounts. You'll see a lot of you'll see a number of zeros there, and places where things may have gotten shuffled, like Oakland Avenue South got, North and South got shuffled further back in the plan because that's the way our debt service schedule works. Just a reference document. I think it was a good exercise for staff to look at that. What I do want to emphasize here is that the items that are highlighted in tan on the first page and the second page are correlated projects. That's your Southeast sewer implementation over that 8-year period. So they're all linked. They're the same project, just different component costs. I thought that might be helpful to frame that for you. And then the ones in green are the Lake Drive project costs. Again, several component costs to that project. That's a project driven largely by the state, and we have some needs. Again, with that project, it makes sense to do in conjunction. Please understand that the implementation discussions with the state are still a couple of years off on whether or not we have to do utilities before they do the roads, or whether we can do them in conjunction. So, but they're in the same bonding cycle. So from a projection base, it won't change those numbers either way. So,
Mark, can you? I don't even have time because it wasn't emailed ahead of time. I don't have time to compare them unless we want to take a break for 10 minutes and do that. Can you just give us what's changed, or?
Well, where you see zeros, there's no longer data. And then open north and open south are shifts from where they are in the white page to where they are in the green page. Those are the changes.
So, to drill down on that, so 0 reflects something that was in the budget but is now taken.
Something that's on the white one, which is what the plan's driven off of, is no longer there in the green.
Oh, okay.
And the green is like our debt service stays where it is today.
Correct.
No increase, so as we pay down
Right.
debt, and then we don't issue new debt till we pay down.
Pretty close to level,
Okay.
from my best approximation.
Is that total debt or just general fund debt? The utility.
Tax levy supported debt. That was the tax levy support.
But there's more than that, right? The road program goes down, I'm just scanning, by 2 million. Over
So
time.
that's, I tried to make it easy to follow along by putting zeros where things were removed. Again, I anticipated if you'd like a reference, and then of course the Oakland Avenue project. You can see where the zeros were and where the numbers are now. They were not omitted completely, but they were shifted.
Shifted further back.
Right.
But alleys are gone.
I mean, that's a big one, because you just
Yeah.
look at the big ones.
Yeah. Well, again, you know, if you want to maintain that zero, it would, again, with the fundamental presumption that the Southeast Sewer Project and related activities are going to rank high on the board's must-do list. So, not that everything else isn't important, but this is just again, a framework of that. There's certainly a lot of substitution options that the board could get at if that was the goal. But then back to the white sheet, which is what was included in your plan, what the numbers are based off. I have added a number of blue lines, number 11 through 20, to reflect some additional analysis that staff has done with the feedback from trustees. Lines 32, 33 as well on the following page. And that's what this sheet starts going after. This is a list of project needs that we know are coming at some point that were not scheduled. Now lines 11 through 15, those are conceptually, you know, the narratives are in your documents with long-range plan, and they're just indicated as not scheduled. So I've put together the expanded list, and as well as this list, you know, for your consideration to say, you know, there are things that may need to be considered in addition to what the white sheet, which is staff's proposed project list, reflects. So hopefully that's a little context. There was one follow-up, the little map here. Southeast section of the community. We have deferred street construction there for the last 10, 12 years as we've tried to resolve what we're going to do with this southeast sewer system so that we're not double digging up roads. That is number 10 on this list. Looks like there's going to be 3 additional biennial road projects following the sewer reconstruction efforts necessary in order to conclude the village-wide road reconstruction. So I just want to provide the map. Public Works Director Bushwick helped put that together in fairly short order for me as these questions were coming in the last week or so. So I hope you find that somewhat helpful as well.
So everything in green is being done as part of, is in the road projects and currently in our long-range plan?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Can I ask a question about sidewalks and the sidewalk program?
Yes.
So there is a part, is this the amount that's allocated in here for what the village pays in addition to what the residents pay? Because the residents have a special assessment for sidewalks that are replacing for their house, correct?
Right, sidewalks is a very unique issue. It's listed because it does reflect a significant service effort from public works staff, but is almost entirely reimbursed by special assessments from the residents.
So that 200,000 is what the village
It's net,
pays?
the village will pay 10% of that typically on second sidewalks or stuff in front of municipal properties. 90% of that is charged back as special assessments to homeowners
How did
So-
you,
Sorry.
under the current process.
So I guess, is that that's what, like that placeholder is for what we are actually paying as a village? Just trying to.
No, that's the total
cost of the
expenditures,
program?
yes. And then we'll get revenues, these are just expenditures. Revenues are, offsets are calculated in a different place.
Are we borrowing for it?
Right,
No.
I had the same question.
No, but why not the debt?
But it's not biannual revenues, and it does reflect a significant service level effort from the public works staff, which again has been, we've had some discussion about that over the last
Is it
4 months.
included in the calculations for expenditure? Without, because right now we're not looking at revenue.
Right.
So you understand all that because you're looking at the bigger budget picture, but
Changing that number will not affect anything in the fiscal projections. It's just to show that the program is happening. Because 90% of that 200,000 will be reimbursed, so there's no significant debt impact.
But didn't that used to be in the annual capital, the other capital budget?
Well, it still is annually, as well with all these projects when that comes up.
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought it used, it used to be in the,
Yeah.
I don't know what you call operating capital budget. Yeah.
But again,
There was some other
the-
thing that got moved, right, from operating capital here. Was it PCII?
I don't think EPI moved, North Shore Fire Department
Yeah, it
capital
was
cost
North Shore Fire Department, yeah.
was added, again, because it's debt related. And again, the context of including the sidewalk replacement program on the schedule is just so that the board is aware of the nature of activities that Public Works has to implement for construction-based projects. It doesn't have a direct fiscal impact on the projection amounts because, again, current board policy is to special assess those charges back to homeowners. But it's a significant undertaking for Public Works staff to implement that.
I just,
we have
for,
to.
it's just, for me, it's a little bit confusing because it looks like that's what we're spending, but what, I mean, and I understand your point that, John, to make sure that we're all aware of the project and the
That's a great
implementation, but,
question.
it just seems like that's what we're spending on the project, that's not really accurate.
Well, that is what we're spending. We're just going to get reimbursed by.
Right, but.
Yeah, that's a great question.
I have two general questions, just to start. The first is, for the biennial road program, what is included in those amounts? Is it, so maintenance has always thrown me off. Like, is maintenance just crack fill in the odd years, or is maintenance a mill and overlay or a resurfacing? So those terms keep getting interplayed all throughout the document, resurfacing. Is that road reconstruction? Is that, where does that fall?
That, I thank you for bringing that to my attention because I will look to make that more consistent through the document.
Do you know the answer? Because
I do.
Okay,
In the context of this plan and within the context of item 10 related, from the list related to this map, we are talking reconstruction of road surfaces. I think we all know that that's right down to the road bed, new curbs, all new surface level requirements.
okay, that's what.
Resurfacing
Okay.
is in the operating budget now, which is really more large area patching, maintenance related, crack filling type things. The one exception to that is the Downer Avenue. That is a mill and overlay. It's not part of the biennial road program, but that's why it's labeled resurfacing on the grid, because that's our general exception to the reconstruction effort. So now, once we get past the residuals in the southeast, then the biennial road program, it's my general understanding that we'll go through a cycle with all the community roads again of resurfacing of mill and overlays before the next reconstruction cycle will begin at some point in the 2050s.
Okay, so I'm still completely confused because I'm trying to find the thing. So resurfacing, not reconstruction, is in the operating plan.
Well, there's no real
Right.
resurfacing.
Even years, she's talking about the even years.
Yeah, the even years.
There is no resurfacing except for Downer Avenue. contemplated.
Okay, contemplated in the next 10 years or the next 20 years? Because when I
Probably
asked,
in the next 10.
so for the first 10 here on my white sheet, the $1 million are all reconstruction in the even years.
Reconstruction related to the roadways that tie into the southeast sewer project, yes.
Well,
Those
Okay,
are all related.
so no maintenance in 10 years? I mean, no,
No mill and
no
overlay.
mill and overlay, okay, and then,
Nothing's included in the
In
plan.
in odd years, so I thought even years we do full reconstruction of roads, and in odd years we do mill run overlays, alleys, other stuff. So that was, so I think she's asking in odd years, so I think the
That's no longer
expenditure,
continuing. That's
we're
correct.
not doing mill run overlays anymore.
Lake Drive is this year, right? Downer is in 2021.
you're saying you replace those with arterial reconstructions?
I'm simply saying Lake Drive is a mill and overlay this year. Downer Avenue in 2021 is a mill and overlay. And then everything else further out in the schedule is reconstruction efforts tied to the southeast sewer, again,